Mclean. I'm a writer and director from Melbourne, Australia. Rise of the Overmen is a classic guys on a mission World War II adventure story that segues into a balls-out horror film. We sort of jump off the shoulders of a bit of true history with the whole notion of the German myth of the Superman, creating the invincible soldier, all that kind of thing. So essentially we've taken that notion and basically said, well, what if they were actually trying to make a Superman, a super soldier? If you want to create a super army, what do you need in a war zone? Well, if you can bring back dead soldiers, everyone who's been killed, you can bring back and make another army. So the more you lose, the more you win, because you end up with thousands and thousands of unkillable soldiers because they're zombies. Makes sense, right?
First time I read the script for the comic book version of the Rise of the Overmen, my band went on tour to Brisbane, and I thought to myself, I'll read it on the plane, It was an early flight, so like short story, basically I started reading it, and then come afternoon or whatever, all the guys were like, oh, let's go down to the pool or whatever and hang out or whatever, and I was just like, no, I'll be with you in a second, I'll just finish this off. It was really good. So then a few days later I was sketching up ideas and all that kind of stuff, and things just kind of flowed from there.
It was being developed as a film, and at the same time we were visualizing aspects of the film all the way through creatures and designs and sets. We got Xavier, who was one of the concept artists, who was just a brilliant a sequential artist as well, said, do you want to do the book? And he jumped at it.
I guess designing the Overmen was a fairly long process, and there's quite a few people involved, because it wasn't just myself. There was probably, I think at least maybe 2 or 3 other people had a crack at designing these guys.
Creepers are essentially failed overmen, humans who came back from the dead and became, zombie-like, but actually kind of their brains were all mushed, so they kind of went a bit crazy. Because they're kind of lurking in the shadows as well. Then there's the shufflers, and shufflers are kind of more mutated and monstrous versions of the same thing. So they're essentially like rodents living in this huge facility, running around trying to, just eat and kill whatever they can. So when, our American soldiers wander in there and, not knowing what's going on, they become, lunch.
It's a fantasy, it's a cool, really fun sort of fantasy version of World War II, and that's its strength. That's why it's. I think that's why it'll be a really good read.
We thought, wouldn't it be interesting to take those technological ideas and the supernatural ideas and put that into a sort of good versus evil hero story? It's actually an adventure story in its time.